Adventureland, located in Altoona, Iowa. This is Clay with the Pennsylvania Roller Coaster Club, and we're here to complete the clean sweep of major Parque Reunidos parks, and we're going to take you on a little journey from worst to first for the coasters of Adventureland. Now, Adventureland, pretty cool little park. Back on December 21st of 2021, Palace Entertainment, the parent company that Kennywood would turn into, had announced that it had acquired Adventureland. And Palace Entertainment, obviously being the American division and American branch of Parque Reunidos. So, Adventureland had originally opened in August of 1974, and over the last 6 years, besides Energylandia in Poland, there is no other existing park who has added more roller coaster attractions than them. Starting us off at number 7, the Underground. Now, as far as dark rides go, this is one of the most obscure you're going to get on. It's one of those wooden coaster enclosed models that CCI had done, really probably more than they should have during the late 80s, early and mid 90s. Just a very obscure ride, but entertaining to boot. Number 6, Flying Viking. This was a pretty fun ride for us. So, Flying Viking is a Zamperla model, and it had opened just in 2023. So, when we had went to Adventureland, it was shortly after Zamperla had been announced as the Top Thrill 2 refurbishing manufacturer. So, we were pretty excited to get on a 2023 Zamperla product, something that was new, something that was fresh, something from the current design team, and pretty awesome little family ride. Love how it's integrated. Number 5, Outlaw. Now, Outlaw is a pretty interesting ride. It opened in August of 93, and this CCI creation is actually the first designed coaster by the designer that broke away to create GCI. So, I had high expectations for this ride, but it didn't deliver. So, a little rough, a little forceless, just not very impressed. The layout was not up to par with what I was expecting, knowing who designed it. This was one of the bigger disappointments in the park. Number 4, Dragon Slayer. I am not a fan of any of these 4D free spins except for this one. I was very nervous getting on because it is a short and compact layout, much like Tumbili at King's Dominion, which neither Allie or I liked. A couple of the Joker models, park to park, are pretty good throughout the Six Flags, some giving you more spins than others, but this version is just superior in every way. Number 3, Phoenix. Now, I really wanted to put Dragon Slayer ahead of this, and it bothers me that I'm putting a Maurer spinning coaster at 3 in the park, but, I mean, facts are facts, and it is what it is. Even though Dragon Slayer is a well-executed 4D free spin, it's still a 4D free spin, and these Pandemonium-style coasters, well, should I say, a Maurer Pandemonium-style coaster, they're still a fun ride. They're a good layout. They provide pretty good forces, especially if you can get the unbalanced car weight to give yourself a little additional spinning. This model didn't spin out of control, but it still gave a good ride. And, one that is worth re-riding, in fact. We took probably 3 or 4 rides on this. Moving on, number 2, Tornado. So, I had mentioned that Outlaw was probably the biggest disappointment for me in the park. That would have to make Tornado my biggest surprise of the park. Just due to the age. This was open on 4th of July, 1978. It's a William Cobb design. And, not a whole bunch of these floating around out there throughout the U.S. And, moreover, it doesn't look smooth from the POVs, but surprisingly, it really is. It gave a good, smooth ride. There were good forces, pretty good pops of airtime, and, one of these really underrated and underspoke of rides that deserves more attention. But number 1, Monster. Probably no surprise for those of you that are watching this video that Monster is number 1. Really, the part of the video that the video can't show you is how big of a gap there is between rides number 3 to number 2 and number 2 to number 1, because this is a pretty astounding leap to go from a 1970s William Cobb classic Woody to a modern day Gerstlauer. So this being the I think it is the newest Gerstlauer Eurofighter in America, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that. As a matter of fact, I probably am, but if it's not the newest, it's one of the newest, and it's still glass smooth, which Gerstlauers are not always accredited with, but this one is. This one is glass smooth. Adventureland does a great job of maintaining it, and it gives you some elements for a Gerstlauer Eurofighter that probably you're not used to. There are a couple really decent little airtime hills within this layout, and it really adds to the variety, and I can't say enough about it. It's a great ride, definitely my favorite in the park, and probably going to make an appearance in the top 50 overall this year. But if you enjoy this type of content, guys, we cannot thank you enough for taking some time out of your day to spend it with us and hearing us talk aimlessly about roller coasters. It really is some of the best parts of our day to be able to share with you. If you haven't already, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Turn on notifications so that you can be made aware whenever new content is uploaded to the channel. Most importantly, I think if you haven't been to Adventureland, check it out. Until next time, we'll see you out there.